Bismillah ar-Rahman ar-Rahim. The Al-Asr short vacation course is a wonderful and unique opportunity, if you ask me, for our youth. An opportunity for us to get them and give them a boost and a head start in life. As our kids grow up, as our kids get closer to that adulthood where they're going to be on their own, and we're worried for them when it comes to the spiritual side of their lives, when it comes to the religious side of their lives. We want to make sure to give them that head start that they'll probably need for life. In my opinion, one of the best ways to do this, one of the best opportunities that Allah has set before us is something like the Al-Asr short vacation course. In this course, in this long trip that these kids have in the summers, what happens is that they get multiple and many opportunities to sit down and reflect. Back home, our kids, as they're growing up, there's a lot of distraction, there's a lot of things out there that will preoccupy their minds. Once they detach from all of that and they travel the world, they travel to the holy sites in Iran, in Iraq, and other places, they get that opportunity to sit down, reflect, think. For example, I'll be walking in the Masjid of Kufa. I'll see that one of our brothers, I don't know, from Canada, from the UK, is sitting alone in a corner and is weeping. I don't know what he's thinking about. I don't know what he's weeping over. But what I can identify is that this brother, this sister has gotten the opportunity to be able to sit down and think about something of their future, of their past, to connect with the Lord, to connect with the Ma'sumin, and to make decisions, better decisions for their life, to speak to Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala, and to let Allah know that maybe they're regretful of something in the past. Our children, our youth don't get this opportunity too much back home in the normal environments that they're growing up in. These are multiple opportunities that come up across the trip, whether it is in the Masjid of Kufa, as I said, whether it's in the Masjid of Sala, whether it's in the harams of the Imams in Iraq, whether it's in the haram of Imam al-Rida or Bibi Ma'suma in Qom, whether it's in a Fajr Salat that they're praying in the Masjid of Jamkaran. Whatever it is, there are so many opportunities for these kids to sit down and to just think a little bit, to look up to the sky, to look around them, to think, to ponder. This is one of the best things that I've seen that this trip has to offer. In addition to all of that, it's not just a ziyarah trip where, parents come with their children, they take them out for ziyarah and they come back and it's over. No, it's more than that as well. These kids are away for 30, 40 days from their parents, from the environments that they're growing up in, from all those distractions that they have. So what happens here is that this child that is 18 years old, 20 years old, who's never been away before from home, from mom and dad, from siblings, all of a sudden sees that he or she is on his or her own, where they have to quote unquote survive. It's not survival, but they get a little taste of life on their own with the supervision of great brothers and sisters and ulama. So what happens when they're on their own? They have no choice but to coexist with others. They have no choice but to find friends that they can bond with. And that's another thing that comes in with this trip, is that these youth, once the trip is over, you can tell how hard it is for them to bid their new friends that they made on this trip goodbye. These opportunities don't come up in our normal lives. To find people from across the globe, to find them and to be able to connect with them, to be able to bond with them, to learn how to coexist with them and get along with them as well. Kids will have to take care of themselves. They'll have to even sometimes do their own laundry. And then all of a sudden you see that one of the guys takes the responsibility of doing the laundry for others as well. These are life lessons. A person who's doing this so that others can do their ziyarah. These are things that sometimes I won't be able to teach my youth. I won't be able to teach my son or daughter. But when they're in a certain environment where they have no choice, and at the same time they feel like Allah is watching even more here, the Ma'sumin are watching Him more here, it has an effect on them. It pushes them towards certain things that they might have never done back home. That's also one of the greatest things that I've noticed personally that happens on a trip like this. Another one of the greatest things that happens on this trip is that when we're back home, in our relative communities, in our respective communities, when ulama come for a 10-day period, for example, in Muharram, or if they come in the month of Ramadan and they're visiting and they go back, people don't really get the chance, especially the youth that are younger, they don't really get a chance sometimes to sit down with these ulama and to ask them their questions. Either because the alim is very, very busy and their schedule is packed, or no, they're just shy. They're just shy and don't have a connection, a bond yet with that alim to be able to be comfortable enough and to feel confident enough to ask their questions. On a trip like this, what happens is the youth, after a while, feel like the ulama that are with them, that are traveling with them, that are residing with them, they feel like they are one of their own. And slowly, you notice, the first few days maybe there's a little bit of shyness. After a while, the confidence grows, the bonds get stronger between the alims that are accompanying them and the people that are on the trip. These youth start asking questions. They start discussing. You'll have late night sit-downs. You'll have early morning sit-downs after Fajr Salat. You'll have them asking their questions on the trip, whether it's a bus ride from Karbala to Kadhimiya, or whether it's a train ride from Mashhad all the way to Qum. These are opportunities for them to ask their questions, and they've gotten close enough to be able to ask their questions, something that we usually don't have back home in our respective communities. Not only are these ulama accompanying them, other than that, also what we have is where these ulama take the hand of these youth and take them and put them in the presence of great scholars, great heavyweight scholars, high caliber scholars that they can also ask questions from. Just to see in real life one of these great ulama, one of the maraja, is something else. It's really a blessing. Just watching them, how their demeanor and behavior has a major effect on our youth as well. And that's also one of the greatest things that we have on a trip like this, alhamdulillah. So finally, just to wrap it all up, brothers and sisters, in my opinion, a short vacation course like this one, the Al-Asr group, is a little mini version of the journey that we want our kids to traverse in the future as they grow older, as they enter adulthood. The journey of life that has a mix of working, that has within it spirituality, religiosity, which within it has hard work and not being lazy. All of that, our children, our youth get a taste of it in a vacation course like this one, and it's a wonderful opportunity for them, inshallah, to benefit. Inshallah, the brothers and sisters are able to make the most of this, and they keep all of us in their du'as. Walhamdulillahi Rabbil Alameen.
Join the Al-Asr legacy. Be part of a journey that has inspired generations of Muslim youth. Sign up now and create your own life-changing experience. Al-Asr, inspiring generations.